All right, guys, I've just taken a look at the betting odds considering the managerial situation at Liverpool Football Club. You guys do come on the streams and ask me what the latest is. And there's been a little change, actually. Ruben Amorim remains the outright favourite at the present time, at the time of recording, at 8 to 11. That means you've got to put £11 on, you've got to risk £11 to make £8 profit. You get your 11 back, and you get your 8, 19, but you've got to risk 11 to get 8 back. 8 profit, sorry. Roberto De Zerbi is the second favourite again in his own right now. He's 3 to 1. Yesterday, he was 4.5 to 1, which is 9 to 2. He's 3 to 1. His odds, it's just shortened a little bit again. He was joint second favourite with Julian Nagelsmann yesterday, who was remained 9 to 2. But now De Zerbi is back into in an outright second favourite. So if you want to know what that meant, this particular bookmaker, based on intelligence, right? They do have people that listen and stuff, right? Because they're talking millions and billions of pounds and all that, right? So they do have people that watch things like we do, right? And also the market, where money's going. Then if there's a higher risk, then they're going to shorten the odds, right? So there has been a slight change that Roberto De Zerbi's odds have shortened, which means that the bookmakers think there's more of a risk than there was yesterday. Yeah. All right. However, journalists that we pay attention to are suggesting that Roberto De Zerbi is not under consideration. It may have been looked at, but it would be highly unlikely for him to be appointed the manager of Liverpool Football Club based on current situations. Therefore, right now, Ruben Amorim, most people think that he's going to be the next manager of Liverpool Football Club, but if he turns around and says, no, I'm staying here, or I'm going somewhere else, then maybe Roberto De Zerbi becomes the instant favourite. But the big guns are saying that's not the case at the moment. Julian Nagelsmann, third favourite, as I've just said. Pep Lijnders still the fourth favourite. He's come down in price. He's remained consistent. Someone somewhere still thinks that he's in with a chance of the job. I've always said, I got slaughtered for it back in January, I think it was, when I said, look, I'm backing Amorim. I'm putting my money on him as a serious bet. But when I said, I think I made a video at the time saying don't rule out Pep Lijnders. People don't talk so stupid. Yeah. Fucking when you fucking right? And that's because they were like that because Pep had said everyone knew that they were leaving and didn't want the job. But if you believe that, you believe anything. He'd do anything to have the job, right? And I know, well, whether you believe me or not, it's up to you. But I've had people within the club that would know people. Look, I know 2 people that would be close to conversations and developments around Pep Lijnders, right? And I've spoke about that before on here. I've alluded to it before on here. Some of you that are on the members' website may even know who at least one of those people is. And the consistent feedback that I've been given from the off is that he would love the job. And that he'd spoken to Jurgen Klopp and said, I'm tempted to throw my hat in the ring. And he'd say, well, if you do, go for it. However, so at one time I was saying, if it all goes pear-shaped, only if it goes pear-shaped, only if they lose their primary targets, the likes of Alonso, Ruben Amorim, then he could come into the, the running with it, like, well, what about Pep? We're getting nowhere with his, that kind of thing. However, I'm not so sure that would be the case with Edwards. And I always want to say back at the club, and I know some helpful viewer will point out he doesn't work for the club, he works for FSG, but you know what I mean. If you ever hear me say back at the club, you know what I mean, back within the organisation. Since Edwards has come back, I'm just not sure I could see it, even if everything goes pear-shaped. Now, I might make a video about that actually as well. I'm just talking to myself. What I will say is that Santos Thiago Motta is 20 to 1 with Bet365. That has come down. All right. And I made a video earlier saying if we were to lose Ruben Amorim, I could see him coming right into the running. And I explained in the previous video why that would be. All right? Right now, no. But if we saw a statement today, Ruben Amorim, I'm staying at Sporting, definitely staying. I'm not going to say what I would do. Anyway, so what I want you to do is listen out for anything to do with Thiago Motta. And I think we're going to see that price come down, even if Ruben Amorim stays in the running. So it's 20-1 now at Bet365. It might be higher elsewhere. My hunch is that we will see his price come down, whether Amorim takes the job or not. If Amorim rules himself out, I think he'll come crashing down. But I reckon, it wouldn't surprise me if over the next few days I'm saying to you, Motta is come down to 12-1 or something like that, 10-1, you know what I mean? So keep an eye out for that. I am going to do another video, actually, yeah. So, the reason for this video, what was the reason for this video? I forget where I am sometimes with the videos. The reason for this video is just to give you a recap on the betting, but to point out that Roberto De Zerbi is again shortened. And I don't know why. But the big guns say very unlikely. Very unlikely doesn't mean impossible, does it? You know what I mean? But these are people that are not going to mislead you, all right? So, could Xabi Alonso, U-turn and become the manager of Liverpool Football Club after all? Watch my next video. If you appreciate this video, please give me a thumbs up. Doesn't mean you support anything in it or agree with me. Please leave me a comment. And if you'd like to support me, please hit the super thanks icon under the video, I think. And you can buy me a coffee or a beer. And obviously, if you want to join the channel, hit join. You know, there's some perks for that, but you're supporting me as well. And please read the video description and join the newsletter and connect with me on social media. Let's be friends. All right. So, Alonso. Let's talk about Alonso in the next video.